Did anyone else notice this during BTS's time in Mexico? A lot of fans were expecting Jungkook and Jimin to be together constantly like usual. But surprisingly, many ARMYs noticed something different this time. Jungkook was rarely standing right beside Jimin in public moments. And now fans online are debating one big question. Was Jungkook intentionally keeping some distance to protect V's feelings? Or were fans simply overanalyzing everything again? Because despite the distance people noticed in some moments, fans also believe Jimin and Jungkook still looked completely connected the entire trip. Welcome back to Jikook Daily. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily BTS updates and Jikook Moments Purple Heart. As soon as BTS arrived in Mexico, social media exploded with airport clips, concert videos, backstage moments, and fan reactions. And almost immediately, ARMYs started analyzing the interactions between the members, especially between Jimin and Jungkook. Fans are already used to seeing Jikook naturally standing close together during events, concerts, or casual group moments. So when people noticed fewer obvious interactions during certain public appearances in Mexico, discussions online started instantly. Some fans pointed out that Jungkook seemed slightly more careful this time. Not cold, not distant, just more reserved publicly. One fan commented, "It honestly felt like Jungkook was trying not to make things too obvious." Another wrote, "Even when they weren't standing together, they still kept looking for each other." And honestly, that became one of the biggest discussions online. Because even though some fans noticed more physical distance than usual, people also noticed something else at the exact same time. Jungkook still constantly reacted to Jimin. Small smiles, quick glances, subtle reactions during group moments. It was almost like fans could still feel the connection between them even when they weren't standing side by side. That's why so many people started saying, no matter what, Jimin and Jungkook still feel inseparable. One moment especially caught fans' attention online. During a crowded public appearance, the members were interacting with fans and cameras while moving through the area together. At first, fans noticed Jungkook wasn't directly beside Jimin like usual. But then people replayed the clips carefully. And suddenly, everyone noticed Jungkook looking toward Jimin multiple times anyway. It was subtle, very subtle, but ARMYs notice absolutely everything. Within hours, slowed-down edits and screenshots spread everywhere online. Some fans believe Jungkook was simply trying to avoid unnecessary attention from fans and media. Others thought he may have been trying to make things more comfortable for everyone in the group. And of course, many fans specifically mentioned Taeyong in those discussions too. Some people online felt Jungkook may have intentionally acted more careful publicly because he understands how heavily fans analyze every interaction between members, especially after years of shipping discussions constantly going viral online. Another fan wrote, "Honestly, I think Jungkook just wanted to avoid drama and protect everyone." And many people agreed with that opinion. What made the situation even more emotional for fans was the fact that despite the visible distance in certain moments, Jimin and Jungkook still seemed naturally connected throughout the trip. Even in group settings, fans noticed them reacting to each other quietly. Quick smile here, a glance there, tiny moments most people would completely miss. But not ARMYs. One reason fans became so emotional about these interactions is because they followed Jimin and Jungkook's friendship for years now. From trainee days until today, fans have watched them grow together through every stage of BTS's journey. World tours, concerts, stressful schedules, emotional moments, funny moments. And after all this time, many people believe their bond feels incredibly genuine. That's why even small changes in their public interactions immediately become huge discussions online. Some fans also noticed that Jungkook appeared calmer and quieter during parts of the Mexico trip overall. Meanwhile, Jimin still looked warm and relaxed around all the members as usual. But despite fewer obvious Jikook moments publicly, fans kept noticing little signs that their connection was still there naturally. One viral comment said, "You don't need them standing together every second to know they're close." Another fan wrote, "Sometimes the smallest interactions say the most." And honestly, thousands of ARMYs agreed immediately. Another reason fans kept talking about these moments is because Jimin and Jungkook have always had very natural chemistry on camera. So when fans suddenly notice even tiny differences in behavior, people immediately start analyzing everything deeply, especially during overseas trips where cameras constantly follow every movement. Some fans believe Jungkook simply became more aware of how much attention their interactions receive online now. Because honestly, every small Jikook moment instantly becomes viral across social media. A simple smile can trend. A glance can become an edit with millions of views. Even standing beside each other for a few seconds becomes huge news in the fandom sometimes. So naturally, some fans think Jungkook may have tried to stay more low-key publicly in Mexico. But interestingly, despite all that, fans still found countless little moments between them. That's exactly why discussions online became even bigger. Because even while appearing more careful publicly, Jungkook still seemed naturally drawn toward Jimin throughout the trip. Some fans especially noticed eye contact between them during group moments. Others pointed out how quickly Jungkook reacted whenever Jimin laughed or spoke nearby. And honestly, once fans start noticing these details, they suddenly begin seeing them everywhere. That's exactly why Jikook edits exploded online again after the Mexico trip. Fans started reposting old clips and comparing them with newer interactions. And surprisingly, many people came to the same conclusion. Even when Jimin and Jungkook appear more reserved publicly, their connection still feels obvious to fans watching closely. Another thing people constantly mention is how comfortable they seem around each other after all these years. That kind of comfort is difficult to fake consistently, especially under pressure, cameras, and exhausting schedules. But fans say Jimin and Jungkook still naturally seem aware of each other all the time. And honestly, that's probably why people remain so emotionally attached to their friendship. One thing many fans also appreciated during the Mexico trip was seeing all the BTS members interacting comfortably together overall. Because at the end of the day, fans love seeing the group happy, relaxed, and supportive with each other. And despite all the online theories and discussions, most fans ultimately agreed on one thing. The friendship between Jimin and Jungkook still feels incredibly strong, whether they stand beside each other constantly or not. Because sometimes, connection is visible even in the quietest moments. At the end of the day, maybe that's why these discussions became so huge online. Not because of drama, not because of rumors, but because fans genuinely care about the relationships and friendships between the BTS members after following them for so many years. And after everything fans noticed during the Mexico trip, many people still believe one thing very strongly. No matter how careful they try to be publicly, Jimin and Jungkook still somehow find their way back to each other naturally. Honestly, that's probably why fans can never stop talking about them. What do you think about Jungkook and Jimin's interactions in Mexico? Do you think fans overanalyzed the situation? Or did you notice the subtle moments too? Comment your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more daily BTS and Jikook updates right here on Jikook Daily. Thanks for watching.